Hi, everyone. John with PT, Dan with Sandler Training, and PTS Dan. How are we, Dan?
Hey, John, great.
Well,
How are
good.
you?
I'm well. Thank you.
You're
So, I
welcome.
want to talk about when sales get lost in the signing phase in the fine print. So,
Mm.
my sister is a real estate agent, and she doesn't have a lot that go bad at closing, but sometimes they do. And usually it's over little stuff. It's not somebody failed to bring the check or the cashier's check or it's not big things. It's someone gets irritated by a little thing that happens once in a while. In our space, I see it when somebody agrees to buy, and now a stack of forms come out,
Mm.
and how you go through that process with a prospect is really important. If you get bogged down in some of that minutia, you're begging for them to say, "Hey, let me think about this a little bit," or something along those lines. So, can you talk a little bit about an approach to some of that aspect of the paperwork? Because it's important. They need to know what they're getting involved with, and they need to understand the boundaries. But gosh, you can have 10 spots to initial, 3 spots to sign, 12 pages to do something really simple.
Yeah. Well, the first question is, do we really need all that stuff? So let's pretend you do. Okay. You,
Yeah.
you have to tell them about it ahead of time. Hey, by the way, thanks for agreeing to become a new client of ours. You're going to love working with us. We're going to have to go through a deck of paperwork. And I got to tell you, if you're like most of my clients, it's the part they hate.
Yeah.
So you just kind of let them know. You're going to have to initial this. You're going to have to initial that. There's a lot of fine print in there. I'll answer any questions you have. But I want you to be alerted to the fact that we're going to have to go through this. And here's the problem. If you're not careful, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, you're going to sit back and go, what am I getting myself into? I got to share this story because this brings this right up. Oh, sorry. Back in the early 90s, there was a multi-level marketing company called Amway.
Yeah.
I signed up for it. It was a single guy, and I'm like, yeah, I can earn some extra money. And I remember I signed up for it, and the person who I signed up for ordered my kit. I didn't know what was in the kit. He shows up at my house with 3 really big boxes of stuff. I'm like, holy cow. He brings it in, and it's not just paperwork and catalogs and stuff, it's all this product. It filled up my whole dining room table, it was on the floor. And when he left, I sat back and I said, I think I just made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
He never told me about all this stuff coming in. And if
Yeah.
he had told me ahead of time, I would have been expecting it like, yeah, all right, bring it on,
Yep.
let's go. So you
Yep.
got to just tell people. Don't hide it from them. They're going to find out anyway.
Yeah. I have a friend in the space that uses that real estate analogy. So for somebody that's bought a house, they understand all the stuff that comes paperwork wise. And he relates it to that. He said, if you remember when you went, so like your point, I'll answer all the questions you have. No worries, no concerns there. Just know we're gonna have to spend a little time here and we'll get through it. Helps.
I still love my oldest son. When he signs his name on anything, he reads everything in great detail. And I'll never forget, we're at some place, he's buying something, an iPad warranty purchase or something like that. And they're like, it just says if it breaks, we're going to fix it. And he looks at them and then he goes back to keep on reading. And you know what? That's okay. Each person is different, but we just need to let people know ahead of time.
Yep. Yep. All right. There we go. See you again tomorrow.
All right. Have fun.